Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. Today we are going to analyze Ethereum. We are looking at a new way to analyze the price in terms of the risk levels associated at any point in time. This is our Ethereum price versus risk analysis. The chart is available on the website. The link is cryptoweeklies.com. This is the website. On this website, if you click on the risk, colors, and SMA, the simple moving average, 20 weeks simple moving average as a indicator and as a reference point with the price, and with that we have calculated the risk level, normalized them between 0 and 1. And the purpose of this tool is looking at Ethereum's price and looking at an entry or exit. This is again not financial advice, and risk levels associated or risk associated with a particular level. So currently today, June 13th, the price of Ethereum or Ether is at around 3,500 and the risk level is at around 0.47. That means Ether is at somewhere over here in the middle of the pack, the risk level between 0.4 and 0.5. So if we were to do this exercise and look at what is the worst time to dollar cost average in the market, definitely you would say that dollar cost averaging at the top or doing a lump sum at the top is one of the worst ways to invest. This is again not financial advice. Investing at the top would mean that you are essentially buying when everybody else is selling or the market is about to crash. So this is can be identified by the 20-week moving average as a reference point, and the distance between the price and the 20-week average helps us provide a guideline of what is the worst time to buy. Basically, if you remove those times, we would have a better understanding of when to not buy. So if you got rid of not DCing when the risk level is at points between zero point 0.8 and 1, you are essentially the you are essentially looking at the max price of Ether at still at around 4,800, which is kind of the top or all time high at around November 8 at around when the risk level were at 0.83. So if we were to get rid of the risk level between zero point 0.7 and zero point 0.8, this is when you are essentially looking at the max price at around 4,600 for Ether. If we were more conservative, looking at only price action risk level between zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.6, you would still be looking at a price of or at around 4,500 as your max DCA. If instead we were more conservative, and instead of saying we are BDCing it between risk level between zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.6, the maximum price at which you would be DCing in the last bull market were at around 4,100. If we go down the risk band, this is what I'm more comfortable with. Uh, Risk between point below 0.04 level, so that is the maximum risk at around 0.4 and 0.5. That is at this point, the risk, the price at the maximum price would be at around 3,800. Again, this is again not one single indicator. On top of this indicator, if we were to have this macro outlook of whether Ether is undervalued or overvalued with respect to its logarithmic regression, you would understand that although the price is at around 3,800, if you compare this chart with the DCA chart over here and analyze Ether in this regard, let's get rid of the peak and bottom regression trend line over here. Um, and this is again not calculated using simple moving average. This is calculated using logarithmic regression. So if you notice that in November of 2021, when the risk level per regression analysis was at the peak, and the color code was at red. In terms of simple moving average, this color code, if you noticed in the previous chart, that corresponded to risk level at or the color at around orange. Um, that's why you would know that when January arrived, although the risk level in terms of SMAs were at around 0.4, but again, per logarithmic regression approach, that still the risk levels were at around 0.6, and the trend line at that point in time was at around, the fair value trend line or regression trend line was at around $1,600, whereas price of ether was at around 3,800. So almost more than twice of what the fair value regression trend line for ether was. So in unison, you can say that when during June of 2022, when the price of ether was at around $1,000, when the risk level per regression analysis was at around 0.2, a confluence of this and the uh, SMA tool, both in combined with at that point in time, risk level per this analysis or 20-week SMA approach was also at 0. So this is again a great insight that we had. So wanted to share that with the community. Also, we have a recent AI based forecast for ether. We have trained this model, machine learning model, on weekly price of action of ETH, looking at current price at around 3,500 at weekly price level. We have the three scenarios. This is, we have trained the machine learning algorithm in-house using XGBoost, LSTM, and ARIMA, which are machine learning algorithms. This is not some prompt in engineering or some uh, uh, large language model based analytics. This is in-house machine learning we have conducted on Ether's price action since 2017, and the following are the output of those models. The base case scenario per our forecast for Ether from now to November, again not financial advice, is between 3,500 and 4,000, essentially 4,050, so almost 500 $600 range. In terms of the bull case, this is one standard deviation peak forecasted by our model between 3,800 and 6,500 till November 17th of 2024. If Ether were to have a sizable correction to the downside, the bear case scenario for Ether between now and November of 2024 is at around, between price action between 2,370 and 3,270. So those are the AI based forecasts. We also have on top of this, we have tabular format of these valuations. So if you are interested in looking at bull case, bear case, and base case in a tabular format, that is also available week by week. And last but not the least is the regression based bands on top of Ethereum's price action. This is the base. The base is the line in white is the weekly price action for Ether. The fair value band, the band in pink, is the band in the middle, and on top of that we have three different bands to the upside and the downside. We'll focus on the first residuals, which is the one, this is polynomial regression, and then one standard deviation residuals. If you look at that, the fair value of Ether is at around 3,200 at this point in time, and the price is between the fair value and the one standard deviation. Currently the one standard deviation band is at around 5,200. So that at one point the price action tried to overcome this one standard deviation peak at around March of 2024. This again had a significant resistance. You can see the only 30% of the time the price is outside these bands, and they have a tendency to mean revert when they go back to the upside or to the downside. Currently this is at around 5,200 to the upside and 2,000 to the downside. If we believe that Ethereum has a two standard deviation peak between now and 2025, end of year 2025, that level, the 2025 the two standard deviation peak for Ether is at around $8,400. So this is again the purpose of this analysis is looking at Ether and its relative valuation with respect to the polynomial regression function. Just to summarize that, all of the discussions so far is that Ether right now, the risk level at around 0.47 in terms of SMA. In terms of the DCA or the logarithmic regression based approach, the risk level at around 0.42, kind of in unison with the SMA based risk level at around 0.47. So definitely not a great time to come in, but also not a worse time as you would look at some of the heated price action beyond, when the color code changes to orange, like it did in March of 2024 when the risk was at around 0.82. So definitely not as bad as that time period, but also not as great as a buy at as it was during June July of 2022. So with this, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you like this AI based approach and data analytics based approach to analyzing crypto prices. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. Also give this video a like, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.